Graham Harris and Les MC put forth an extraordinary theory about secret events that they believe took place on Oak Island after Sir William Fitz allegedly buried a treasure vault in the Money Pit area. Could Dunkcrawl be correct that this 1697 silver English coin might be connected to one of those failed treasure recoveries? Something is buried under Oak Island. People have spent more than 200 years trying to find it. Some believe it's pirate gold, others think it's something even bigger, something that could rewrite history. But every time someone gets close, the island seems to fight back: flood tunnels, cave-ins, even strange deaths. It's as if someone wanted whatever is down there to stay hidden forever. For centuries, treasure hunters, explorers, and researchers have followed the clues, the money pit, the stone markers, the ancient symbols. Each discovery brings more questions than answers. But now, after years of digging, scanning, and searching, there's something new: evidence of silver. Could this be the breakthrough everyone has been waiting for, and if so, who put it there? The search begins at Lot 5. Investigation at Lot 5 has always been a place of mystery. Unlike other areas of Oak Island, this patch of land has produced artifacts from different centuries, some older than the island's earliest recorded history, a lead token from the 1300s, iron tools from the 1600s, and even fragments of a mortar-like substance that matches materials found deep in the money pit. But what does it all mean? Was this land once home to an important settlement, a hidden operation, or something else entirely? Gary Drayton, Oak Island's expert in metal detection, knows the ground here is special. Armed with his high-frequency metal detector, he sweeps over the soil, listening for anything out of place. Peter Fornetti, always by his side, watches as Gary suddenly stops. The detector gives off a loud, clear signal. This is not junk metal. This is something worth digging for. With precision, they begin carefully removing layers of earth. Every grain of dirt could hold a clue. The beeping grows stronger, then there it is: a small but unmistakable metallic object peeks through the soil. Gary lifts it up, brushing away the dirt. His trained eye knows immediately this could be something big: a cut coin, possibly Spanish, possibly silver. The team has found treasure before, but this find feels different. It's perfectly cut, too precise to be accidental. Coins like this were often divided into smaller pieces to use as currency centuries ago. Could this be a payment from a hidden past? A relic from a long-lost expedition, or proof that Oak Island's biggest secret is closer to being uncovered than ever before? One thing is certain: this find changes everything, and it's only the beginning. Revealing the treasure, a cut silver coin, Gary Drayton holds up the small dirt-covered fragment, his eyes locked on its distinct shape. This isn't just any old piece of metal, it's been deliberately cut clean and precise. His voice is full of excitement: this could be something huge, mate. It's a cut coin, possibly Spanish or English, and most likely silver. A cut coin like this tells a story. Centuries ago, silver and gold coins weren't always used in their full form. Pirates, merchants, and even soldiers would cut them into smaller pieces to make change or pay their crews. Finding one here in the spoils of Lot 5 suggests that someone, perhaps long ago, was using silver as currency right on this very island. But for what and why? The idea of pirate treasure on Oak Island has been debated for generations. Legends speak of hidden riches buried deep underground, left behind by sailors, outlaws, or secretive groups. But real evidence has always been scarce. Now, holding this coin, the team is looking at something that could connect Oak Island to those very stories. Could this be proof that treasure, or at least wealth, once flowed through this land? Jack Begley, examining the find, points out something even more intriguing: the break in the coin is too precise to be random. Whoever cut it did so with care, suggesting it was used in actual trade. But trade with whom? Other explorers, soldiers stationed here, or perhaps pirates dividing their spoils? The weight of the coin is promising, but to confirm its true nature, it must be tested. If it is silver, that means one thing: whoever left it here had access to real wealth. But the bigger question remains: was this coin part of a much larger stash, a hidden cache of silver waiting to be found? For the team, this discovery is just the beginning. If one piece of silver is here, there could be more, and if there's more, then Oak Island's greatest secret might finally be within reach. Analyzing the coin, the laboratory tests. The team isn't leaving anything to chance. To find out exactly where this coin came from and what it might mean, they take it straight to the Oak Island laboratory for advanced testing. If this really is a piece of lost treasure, the details will be hidden in the metal itself. Inside the lab, archaeologist Emma Culligan places the coin fragment into the Skyscan 1273 CT scanner. This machine uses high-powered X-rays to create a 3D model of the coin's surface, capturing every detail, even ones invisible to the naked eye. As the scan begins, the tension in the room builds. Could this fragment hold a clue that ties it to an era of treasure, piracy, or hidden wealth? Emma watches the first images appear on the screen. The surface is heavily worn, likely from centuries underground, but something faint is still there: scratches, patterns, possibly engravings. It's not a perfect image, she says, adjusting the settings, but there's definitely something here. To get a clearer picture, the team moves on to the next test: X-ray fluorescence scanning, or XRF. This technique determines the exact metal composition of the coin by bombarding it with high-energy light. Different elements react in unique ways, allowing scientists to identify what's inside. The results come in: the coin is confirmed to be silver, with small traces of lead. This means it wasn't just a random piece of metal, it was real currency used by people who dealt in silver. But there's more. The engravings, though faint, show distinct markings. The team leans in closer. Could this be a royal insignia, a mint stamp, the key to placing it within a specific time period? Emma compares the markings to historical records. Slowly, a pattern begins to emerge. The style, the shape, even the way the coin was cut, it all suggests something remarkable. This isn't just any silver coin. It's old, possibly from the late 1600s, and that changes everything. If this coin came from a time when Oak Island was rumored to be a secret site for treasure hunters, military expeditions, or even pirates, then it's more than just a relic, it's evidence. But evidence of what? And how much more could still be buried beneath their feet? Identifying the coin, a 17th century English shilling. The lab results reveal something astonishing: this isn't just any silver coin, it's a 17th century English shilling. The markings, though faint, match those of King William III of England. That means this coin was minted sometime in the late 1600s, over 100 years before the first recorded treasure hunters ever set foot on Oak Island. The team gathers around as archaeologist Emma Culligan pulls up a side-by-side comparison. On one side of the screen is their fragment, worn down by time but still bearing distinct features. On the other is an image of a fully intact 1697 William III shilling. The similarities are undeniable: the font, the design, even the slight curve of the lettering. For a moment, no one speaks. Then Gary Drayton leans in. "This isn't just a random coin," he says. "It tells a story." The discovery raises more questions than it answers. What was an English shilling from the late 1600s doing on Oak Island? Was it left behind by an early settler, dropped by a soldier, or could it be something bigger? Doug Crra, the team's historian, recalls a theory put forward by researchers Graham Harris and Les MC. According to their findings, British military forces may have been on Oak Island in the late 1600s, trying to recover treasure hidden decades earlier by privateers or the Spanish. Could this coin be linked to those secret efforts? Rick Lagina listens carefully, then nods. "Someone on Oak Island had this in the late 1600s, he says. "But why?" The team debates the possibilities. If this coin was part of everyday trade, why are there no records of a settlement from that time? If it was payment for labor, what work was being done here in the 17th century? And if it was part of a larger hoard, could more still be buried nearby? One thing is clear: this discovery just shifted the timeline of Oak Island's mystery. And if a single coin can rewrite history, what else is waiting beneath the surface? Historical context: the British connection. The discovery of a 17th century English shilling on Oak Island raises a fascinating question: what was the British military doing here over 300 years ago? This isn't just a stray coin, it could be a clue to a much larger story, one that ties Oak Island to secret missions, treasure recoveries, and hidden wealth. One theory takes us back to the 1690s and a man named William Phips. Phips was an English adventurer turned military officer who made a fortune recovering Spanish treasure in 1687. He famously salvaged over 30 tons of silver from the wreck of the Nuestra Señora de la Concepción, a Spanish galleon that sank off the coast of Haiti. But according to some historians, that wasn't the end of the story. Records suggest that Phipps may have returned to the New World in the 1690s on a secret mission. Some believe he and his backers, including influential figures in the British government, were searching for more treasure, possibly even moving some of it to a safer location. Could Oak Island have been that location? If Phipps' men buried wealth here, it would explain why British forces may have been trying to recover it decades later. Another possibility, Oak Island was part of a long-term British operation. Between the late 1600s and mid-1700s, there are hints of British military interest in the area. Some researchers believe that officers were secretly involved in treasure hunting expeditions, possibly under orders from the Crown. If valuable cargo was hidden on Oak Island, it's likely that only a select few knew about it. But what if they never recovered it? What if that treasure is still here? This theory aligns with other discoveries made on the island over the years. Researchers have found British military artifacts, 18th century tools, and evidence of underground structures that don't match known settlements. Could this be the remains of an old British vault, built to safeguard something valuable? For the team, these theories change the way they look at Oak Island's past. This isn't just a place where treasure hunters have come searching. It might be a place where treasure was actually hidden centuries ago. And if the British were here looking for something, what exactly were they trying to find? Connecting the dots, what else could be buried here? A single coin can tell a story, but what if it's just the first page of a much bigger book? If a 17th century silver shilling turned up in Lot 5, what else could be buried beneath Oak Island's surface? For decades, researchers have suspected that something far more valuable than scattered artifacts lies hidden underground. And they have good reason to believe it. Borehole water samples taken from different locations on the island have revealed traces of both gold and silver, suggesting that precious metals are somewhere down there, not just a coin or two, but potentially a larger deposit, possibly even a vault filled with hidden wealth. Lot 5 itself has already produced an impressive list of artifacts, metal fragments, centuries-old wooden structures, and stone features that resemble man-made constructions. Some of these items date back hundreds of years, reinforcing the idea that this land was once visited by people with purpose, people who may have hidden something here. The biggest question now is, what else could be buried here? One possibility is that Lot 5 was used as a staging area for treasure concealment. If British forces, privateers, or even pirates once transported valuable cargo to Oak Island, they wouldn't have just scattered it randomly. They would have secured it, possibly in a deep underground chamber reinforced with layers of traps and flood tunnels, similar to what's been theorized about the infamous money pit. There's also the theory of an undiscovered vault. Some researchers believe that Oak Island has multiple treasure sites, not just one. If a shilling from the 1690s ended up here, it might mean that Lot 5 was connected to a separate deposit of valuables, one that is yet to be uncovered. Then there's the strange fact that many of Oak Island's discoveries seem to fit a pattern: the location of artifacts, the alignment of stone markers, and even the positioning of underground anomalies. All hint at a carefully planned structure beneath the surface. If that's the case, then Lot 5 could be part of a much larger design, one created centuries ago to hide something of immense value. The team knows they need more evidence. Every new discovery brings them one step closer to the truth, but with each clue they find, the mystery only deepens. What else lies beneath the soil of Lot 5? And more importantly, are they getting closer to the real treasure of Oak Island? The discoveries at Lot 5 have changed everything. A single silver coin from the 1600s may seem small, but its presence raises a much bigger question: what else is buried beneath Oak Island? The team isn't slowing down. If anything, they're ramping up their efforts. Armed with new data, they're expanding their search beyond Lot 5, targeting areas that could hold even bigger clues. Metal detection sweeps will intensify, covering more ground than ever before. Core sampling will go deeper, testing soil layers for traces of precious metals, and the latest ground-penetrating radar, GPR, technology will be deployed to scan for hidden structures that could point to a long-lost vault. The money pit has always been the island's most famous mystery, but Lot 5 has now become just as important. The team suspects there could be a direct connection between the two, perhaps even a tunnel system leading from one to the other. If that's true, it could mean that the real treasure isn't just in one spot, but spread across multiple locations. To test this theory, the team will revisit key sites near the money pit areas that were previously explored with older equipment. These will now be examined with state-of-the-art tools. The hope is that new technology can reveal what earlier searches may have missed. But with each new discovery comes another challenge. Oak Island's underground is unpredictable. The tunnels are unstable, and the island's natural flood systems make deep excavation risky. The team must tread carefully, balancing scientific precision with their growing urgency to uncover the truth. Finding a 17th century silver coin is exciting, but it's what this discovery represents that really matters. A single coin, cut, worn, and buried for centuries, is more than just lost currency, it's a clue, a breadcrumb in a much bigger trail. For centuries, treasure hunters have searched Oak Island, believing something valuable was hidden beneath its surface: gold, silver, lost artifacts. Stories of untold riches have fueled countless expeditions. But if history has taught us anything, it's that treasure isn't always what we expect. Sometimes the true value lies in the evidence itself. Experts studying the coin see it as confirmation of something bigger. It wasn't randomly dropped. It belonged to someone who was here doing something significant. Was this person part of an early treasure operation, a sailor, a soldier, or even a pirate? The British connection to Oak Island grows stronger with every find. This coin could be proof that an organized effort, possibly even an official one, took place centuries ago. But the real question remains, is this just a small piece of a much larger hoard? If a single coin survived, what else might still be buried? And more importantly, was something deliberately hidden? The discoveries on Oak Island are rarely straightforward. For every answer, new questions emerge. But each find, no matter how small, adds another piece to the puzzle. The team isn't just chasing treasure, they're uncovering history, the traces of past lives,